guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. Today I wanted to come at you guys and talk about the things I wish I knew before freshman year. Some of these you may have not even thought about being different than high school, but they are. Like random things I'm going to talk about right now. I hope you guys do enjoy, and if you do, please give it a big thumbs up. That would mean the world to me. And yeah, let's just get on into it. The first thing is you don't ask to go to the bathroom. Now, I go to a school where my classroom sizes are about like 30, give or take some people, sometimes like up to 50, but yeah, it's pretty small. So in my situation, you might feel like it's kind of like a high school almost in that regard, and you might think that you should ask before going to the bathroom. Obviously, I feel like with the lecture hall, like with hundreds and hundreds of students, people might not even think about it. But in that situation where it's like 30 kids, you don't raise your hand and ask your professor to go to the bathroom. You just get up and go. You don't have to ask to leave the room for any reason. You literally can just get up and go and they won't say anything. They might be like, how rude that they're leaving during my class. But like they don't say it and they don't like give you permission to go. It's literally all on you. You just go whenever you gotta go, which is really just like different than high school, because in high school you have to ask, and sometimes they even say no in high school, and I'm always like, why are you playing? Like, why you gotta do that? So that's definitely like the biggest difference, I feel like, from high school to college in terms of like super random abstract things that you probably don't even think about. That is one for sure. You don't have to ask you to go to the bathroom. The next one is you have so much responsibility. Now this is one of those ones that you probably have thought about, heard about, been told about, whatever. But just think about it. You are in charge of waking yourself up every single day, getting yourself to class, getting your meals in, and maybe, you know, exercising, extracurriculars, I can't say that word, extracurriculars, okay? Anything like that. Like, you are in charge of yourself 100%. In some certain situations, you might even be put in charge of other people, whether it's like at parties or whatever the case is. If your roommate is having a bad day, you're kind of, you know, you take control of that situation. So there's just a lot of situations where it's all up to you, and that can be really scary, or that can be like really freeing and liberating. And maybe for high school that was how it was for you anyway, but for a lot of people this is their first time really experiencing all of these responsibilities at once. This one is definitely something to highlight. There is going to be a different way of doing work and a different workload in general. So for instance, if you had a lot of homework in, you know, high school, you had a lot of assignments daily, that kind of changes in college. Now it depends on the college and like the size of the college, I feel like. For my college, since it's a little bit smaller, we definitely do have like assignments and stuff and homework compared to huge colleges where you literally only have like an exam and, I don't know, like an essay or something. So just keep that in mind. You're not going to have a lot of like mini quizzes and, you know, different homework assignments that often, at least, or you're just going to have a lot less than you did in high school. So definitely just consider that, because the way your grade gets weighted is completely different now, and you just have to really be mindful of that, because you might be like, oh, I have 2 or 3 tests, that's no big deal. But tests in high school versus college, completely different, because the tests in high school are like actual tests, and then you have exams, and the tests in college are like actual exams pretty much. So you only have like 2 or 3 of those, and that's a huge chunk, if not like the majority of your grades. So just keep that in mind. The workload is completely different, and this is not meant to scare you off at all. It's kind of cool almost in like certain aspects, like you don't have a lot of homework, but at the same time it's a lot of doing on your own time and really focusing and studying behind the scenes, which goes back to the responsibility factor. This is what I talked about in, what video was it? I don't know, I think it was what to pack to college or what not to pack to college, one of those. You're not on a deserted island, which means pretty much just that. You don't have to worry about bringing everything you've ever wanted. You don't need to worry about having food lined up for you from August to May. Just don't stress out about like everything being perfect. Your first day of school, walking into your dorm room, everything is perfect, because it's just not the case, and that's not reality. You can build upon your dorm and all that different stuff, so just keep that in mind. Like, you're not never going to see civilization again, and you will be able to get random things that you want for your dorm. Or, oh my god, I forgot this snack that I really like to eat. You can go buy that, you know, hours from when you move in, a week, a month, it does not matter. Like, it's not just like you move into college, you stay there until May without ever leaving campus, because it's just not realistic, and I don't know one person that never left campus once. So don't worry, you don't need to have everything at once, and if you realize later on you want things, that's totally okay too. So that's another thing. It's not necessarily that you're not prepared, it's just that you didn't know you wanted it, or you didn't know if you wanted it. So don't worry, that's okay. You're not on a deserted island. You're good. The next one, I think my friend John told me to put this in the video, and it is that naps are a must. If you do not take a nap once during your entire, like, you know, college career freshman year, you are either really sleep deprived or just like a superhero. One of those. I really don't take naps when I'm at home, and maybe that's because I'm on summer break, so like I don't really need to, but in college you definitely take a lot of naps, whether it's because you have a lot of early morning classes or you're staying up late, you're hanging out with friends super late, like whatever the case is, you're gonna want to take a nap every once in a while, and that's totally okay. There's nothing wrong with taking naps. I think it becomes a problem when you have to take one every single day. I got into a habit of, like, I don't think it was every single day, but it was like a few times a week, and I was like, Brooke, honey, boo, boo, child, maybe stop that for a second. Like, wake up, literally, and smell the roses and realize you don't have to sleep all the time. But yeah, definitely, you know, take advantage of little gaps you might have in between classes or whatever the case is, and make sure you get your rest, because it's really important for your health and your stability and your like mental state in college to be healthy and, you know, be with it by taking naps and by sleeping. So definitely realize, even if you're not a big napper in high school, you probably will take one or two in college for sure. And my last one, this one is definitely one that I would recommend 100%. Now, in high school, I had to buy books for my classes. It's just how my high school was. I could just go to my high school and buy them on a certain day, and the line was a little long, but it was never anything crazy. I never really like ran out of books or anything. But for college, it's a little different, because on move-in day, you're gonna have however many hundreds or thousands of freshmen walking in with you trying to buy their books. So I would recommend either buying them online. I know a lot of people prefer to do that because it's cheaper. I found that my bookstore at college wasn't that different. If not, it was cheaper than actually some of these like slug books and all that different stuff online. So that's why I went through my college. But if it's a little different for you and it's cheaper online, then kind of ignore this step. But I would say if you are buying through the bookstore, buy either online and have them shipped to you, or buy for a pickup in store. Because when I went in freshman year to the bookstore, there was a long line, just like all the way to the back of the bookstore, of people buying books. Now I walked in and I was like, we have to wait in that, and they were like, oh, did you already purchase your books? And just like picking them up, and we're like, yes, and there was no line. So it was beautiful. It was really great. I would recommend doing that 100%. One, because you know the books are there, and if they're not there, then you can buy them online and have them shipped to you, just in case. But also, you don't have to go through like the hassle of running around in the store trying to find the books. You don't have to worry about the line for picking up the books that day and buying them that day. So it's just so much more efficient if you purchase them online, pick up in store. Would recommend that wholeheartedly, or also just ship them to you, because that way you don't have to go in the bookstore at all. And it's always fun to like buy some school apparel and everything on the first day, but it can be stressful because there's so many people, huge lines, it's pretty crazy. So that's what I'd recommend doing, just because you're not going to be worrying about, oh my god, what if they don't have these books, blah, blah, blah. You'll just have them. And I personally have bought every single book I've ever needed for any of my classes, and sometimes you don't use them, but I'm the type of person that needs to be prepared. I know a lot of people are like, just wait and see until, you know, you're in the classes what you actually need, because a lot of professors say you need all these books and choose like 2 or 3, but I can't roll like that, because if they tell me I need a book and for some reason the bookstore is out, I'm gonna be really stressed and I'm not gonna be okay. Plus, like, having your books and stuff does count as a grade in my classes for the majority of them, so you know, I don't want to have to worry about any of that. But these are my tips and things I wish I knew before going into my freshman year at college. Let me know in the comment below what you wish you had known before going in your freshman year. Whether it was something I mentioned, something different, let me know below. I think it's really cool to like see what you didn't even think about going into your freshman year and it being like a vital part of your freshman year. I keep saying freshman year. But that's what the video is about, isn't it? So yeah, I love you guys so, so much. I hope you're having an incredible day, and please be sure to subscribe, comment, thumbs up, and all that jazz. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!
Let me love you till you feel alright.